Hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Today we will discuss about the most important topic of nuclei, that is radioactivity. So in nuclei chapter, one of the very important topic is radioactivity. So what is radioactivity? What is radioactive element? How it happens? What is the law for that radioactivity? That is what we need to understand. So first of all, what are all those radioactive elements we need to understand? For every nuclei, we have studied that there is a mass number, atomic number, and those with mass number greater than 170, all those are unstable as their binding energy is lesser compared to remaining. So you take all the nuclei or atoms whose mass number is greater than 170, those binding energies are less, and that's why they are unstable. And one unstable radioactive element or one unstable element tries to undergo decay, means it tries to divide into two stable nuclides. So that phenomena we call it as radioactivity, and those elements we call it as radioactive elements. So when you consider one radioactive elements, let's take ZXA, where Z is the atomic number, A is the mass number. So there are two different type of activity is there, radioactive decay process are there. First one is it emits one alpha particle. Alpha particle means 2 helium 4. So here in the product, so the atomic number is 2 and the mass number is 4. So you have to balance just like a chemical reaction such that left side and right side mass number and atomic number must be conserved, remain same. So here Z, here 2 means the daughter nuclei will become Z minus 2 and the mass number will become A minus 4. So if it emits alpha particle, that we call it as alpha decay. So when an unstable nuclei emits alpha particle, that we call it as alpha decay, and in which atomic number decreases by 2 and mass number decreases by 4. So this is what alpha decay. And same nuclei also can undergo another one, that is beta decay, but these are two types. One is beta minus, another one is beta plus. Beta minus means electron will emit. Beta plus means positron will emit. Here Z, if you take beta minus emission, here minus 1 is there. So here it will become Z plus 1. Z plus 1 minus 1 Z balanced. Here plus 1, so here Z, so here it will become Z minus 1. So Y A. So in case of beta decay, there are two possibilities, that beta minus beta plus, electron may emit or positron may emit. If electron emits, atomic number increases by 1. If positron emits, atomic number decreases by 1. So that this is another type of decay process, that is beta decay. But in the question, if they mention beta plus, beta minus, no issues. You can take it accordingly. But if the question is given like beta decay, then you have to take beta minus. If they don't specify in the question whether it is beta minus or beta plus, then take beta minus only. If they specify, then take it accordingly. Because the very first question they will ask you based on this only. Like if there are Number of decay process one by one. Alpha particle emitted, beta emitted, alpha emitted, beta emitted, alpha emitted, alpha emitted, beta emitted, like that. So then what is the final product? They will ask you to find. Like for example, this is one atom. Now it emitted alpha, alpha, beta minus, alpha, beta plus, alpha, something. One series of decay process. Then to find the product, what you have to see is, first of all, the mass number changes only due to alpha decay. No change in mass number due to beta decay. So that's why you decide first mass number. 1, 2, 3, 4 alpha particles. If one alpha particle emits, mass number decreases by 4. If 4 alpha particles emits, then the mass number decreases by 16. 4 fours are. So A minus 16. Something else. Y. Now what about Z? Alpha, alpha, alpha. First you count. 4 alpha particle. 1 alpha particle reduces atomic number by 2. Then 4 alpha particles means it reduces by 2. So Z minus 8. 4 2s are 8. Z minus 8. And then look at the beta decays. Beta minus means plus 1. Beta plus means minus 1. Then both cancel. So what is the resultant atomic number? Z minus 8. So this way they will ask you the first basic question based on alpha decay and beta decay. One more gamma decay also will be there, where no particle will emit, just some energy, radiation emits in the form of gamma rays. That is called gamma decay. So there is no particles will come, no change in atomic number, no change in mass number. Mass number will not change, atomic number will not change. It remains same only because of transition of electrons. Some energy emits in the form of photon. That only gamma decay. Now here we said radioactivity. So whatever the word when you consider radioactivity, so you consider a sample of radioactive element. Sample of radioactive element, something. 1 kg, 1 gram, 2 gram, 200 gram, whatever it is. You have considered some amount of radioactive sample. Then who has total number of atoms as N0 at initial point T equal to 0, started, its life started, began. One radioactive element at T equal to 0 having N0 number of atoms. Now what happens inside the radioactive element? One by one atom undergoes decay process. One by one undergoes decay process. So now after some time what happens? Some of them undergone decay process, some of them left undecayed. Then the question comes, how many decayed after 1 year? How many undecayed after 1 year or 2 year or after 1 month or after 30 minutes, whatever it is. That thing they will ask us to calculate. So to find that, we have the law, that is law of radioactivity. What is that? Law of radioactivity. What law of radioactivity says? So that is called rate of disintegration. Rate of disintegration. That is dN by dt. But here we will say minus dN by dt. Why? The number of atoms keep on undergoing decay process. One by one is undergoing decay process. So the N value keep on, what is happening? Decreasing. That's why the rate of change in number of atoms is decreasing. That's why we put negative sign. So that is directly proportional to number of atoms at that particular instant. So that this minus dN by dt only we call it as activity, radioactivity or rate of disintegration. So that is A equal to lambda n, because here A proportional to n and the proportionality constant is called lambda. This lambda is called disintegration constant. What is lambda? Disintegration constant. Disintegrations per second, per minute, per year, like that. How many happening? So that constant is we represent with lambda, disintegration constant. Where minus dn by dt is nothing but rate of disintegration. How fast it is happening, how slow it is happening. Rate of disintegration. Nothing but we call it as activity. So this is the basic equation. Now number of atoms undecayed after some time. How do we calculate? At t equal to 0, these many number of atoms are there which are all undecayed. Now one by one, 1 second after, 2 second after, one by one, they are undergoing decay process. Like consider at t equal to 0, number of atoms are n naught. Initial number of atoms. These are undecayed. So number of atoms decayed how much now? 0. Now after time t, number of atoms undecayed is n. That means minus dn by dt is minus lambda n. Now n is number of atoms undecayed after some time. Now how do you calculate the equation is dn by n. Sorry, only one minus. So dn by n equal to minus, this minus you put here, minus lambda dt. Because here we need to integrate. So apply integration. Integration dn by n. Integration means we need to substitute the proper limits. Initial is n naught. After some time is n. What is that n? Number of atoms undecayed after time t. So from time 0 to t. Starting from 0 after time t. Then integration 1 by x dx formula is log x. So here log n. In place of x, n is there. Base e. Now n naught to n equal to minus lambda constant. Integration dt t. So if you substitute the limits 0 to t, then here it will become log n base e minus log n naught base e equal to minus lambda t minus 0. Then what will happen? What is the equation will become? See here. Log a minus log b. Log of a by b base e equal to lambda minus lambda t. This is the equation. But we have one logarithmic formula. Log x base e equal to y means x will become e power y. This will go here. Because if you apply log both sides, then this equation will come. So using this formula, now in place of x, what is there? N by n naught. So n by n naught equal to e power minus lambda t implies n equal to n naught e power minus lambda t. So if n naught is the number of atoms undecayed at initial point, at initial instant, after some time, how many number of atoms are undecayed means this one. The formula is this one. Now suppose they are asking number of atoms decayed in time t. These many were there initially. These many remain undecayed means remaining are what? Decayed. Total 100 are there. 20 remaining. Then how many decayed? 100 minus 20. Like that. Total initial minus number of atoms undecayed after some time. You will get the number of atoms decayed. So this is the first formula based on radioactivity. So when the radioactive element is undergoing decay process one by one atom, after some time how many atoms remain undecayed or how many atoms undergone decayed process, that they can ask you. So using this formula you can find it, right? Now suppose consider the same equation, n equal to n naught e power minus lambda t. So at one instant number of atoms is something, at one instant. After some time the number of atoms reduced to half of the initial. If you are confusing, consider in this way, at t equal to 0 n naught. After some time the number reduces to half, and from this instant after some other time, from here, not from here, from this instant again after some same time the number again reduced to half, again after some time the number reduced to half. That means there is a particular interval of time after which the number of atoms reduces to half of the present value, not just initial value, at any instant. At one instant number of atoms are n naught by 5. Then what atoms? Number of atoms undecayed, that should become half, n naught by 10. The time taken we name as half-life. As half of the atoms undergoing decay process, the time taken we call it as half-life. One more important, based on which question we will get it in the entrance, that is half-life. So what is half-life now? In a time of half-life, number reduces to half of the initial. Then substitute here, n naught by 2 equal to n naught e power minus lambda t half. N naught cancel. So implies 1 by 2 equal to e power minus lambda t half. Now bring this side, take this side. 1 by e power minus lambda t half equal to 2. If it goes to numerator, minus power will become plus power, e power lambda t half equal to 2. But e power values we don't know, that's why we have to remove that. To remove that, let me apply log both sides. E power lambda t half base e. Log 2 base e. What I have done? I applied logarithmic with base e on both sides of this equation. So that here we have one more formula. Log x power n, and here x suppose equal to, power will become multiplier, n log x. And when both are same, the value will become how much? 1. Log e base e, log 10 base 10, log x base x, log y base y, how much? 1 always. So that here it will become lambda t half into log e base e equal to log 2 base e. So this will become 1. So that t half will become log 2 base e by lambda. So what is this? Half-life of a radioactive element. The time taken by the radioactive element to reduce its number of undecayed atoms to half of the present value. Now 100 atoms are there undecayed. Then the number should reduce to 50. Now 1000 atoms are there at this instant. The number should become how much? 500. So that is what we call it as what? Half-life. Now, so let's take at t equal to 0, number of atoms are n naught by 2. Now after one half-life, the number reduces to, n naught. After one half-life, number reduces to half. After one more half-life, number reduces to half. After one more half-life, number reduces to half, so on. This is after one half-life. This is after two half-lives. 1, 2 from initial. This is after three half-lives. So this I can write it as n naught by 2 square. This I can write it as n naught by 2 cube. So n by n naught equal to 1 by 2 whole power n, where n is t by t half. Means t half is half-life. T is after some time. After some time, the number of atoms undecayed. Suppose you take this one. Initial n naught. And these are the number of atoms undecayed after three half-lives. That means, what is the time at this instant? 3 half-lives. That means, what is the ratio of t by t half? 3. That means, what is the n value? 3. So, 1 by 2 whole power 3 means how much? 1 by 8. That only here we have written. So, number of atoms at t equal to 0, number of atoms at any instant after n half-lives. N half-lives 1, 2, not 0.5 or 1.5 half-life. After integral multiples of half-lives 5, 10, 20 half-lives, then n value will become 20, 30 like that. Then number of atoms undecayed formula is this one. This is also important. And here one more relation also we can make, that is A naught equal to lambda n naught. This is the initial activity. After some time activity changes, because activity means minus dn by dt, rate of disintegration. As n value changes, activity changes. So equal to lambda n at that particular instant. So A by A naught will become n by n naught, same thing. So here what I can also write is A by A naught. Even mass also you can write m by m naught. So this way, based on this equation, the numerator is about at any instant number of atoms are the new activity, and the denominator is at t equal to 0, and n is number of half-lives. So what is the new activity? What is the new number of undecayed atoms? And what is the new mass? But usually question will be asked based on this one. So this is about what? Half-life. Now, one more formula will be there, that is average life. What is that? Average life. So average life means the average of all the particles' life. If you take the average mean value, then you will call it as average life. 1, 1, 1, 1 atom. So many atoms are there. So if you add up all the values in an average manner or mean value, the average of all the lives of all the particles, we call it as mean life or average life, which we represent with tau, and the formula they are given as 1 by lambda. So don't worry about the derivation. Derivation is not there. It is not important for us. So the equation is tau equal to 1 by lambda. Sometimes they try to relate this with half-life, where we have half-life equation as log 2 base e by lambda. Now here t half equal to log 2 base e times 1 by lambda. I can write it. But 1 by lambda, what I can write? Tau. So tau log 2 base e, or tau equal to t half by log 2 base e. Anything. Also here log 2 base e means 2.303 log 2 base 10, and log 2 base 10 value is 0.3010. If you multiply, you will get 0.693. So that value also you can substitute. So this is all about what is alpha decay, what is beta decay, what is radioactive element, what is radioactivity, and what is the decay process, how it undergoes, and what is the rate of disintegration or what is the activity, and on what factors it will depend, and what is the constant in this relation, that is called disintegration constant, and what is the half-life, the time taken to reduce the number of atoms to half of the present value, and what is the average life, and what is the relation between them, that is all about. So please go through the lecture and I will send you the assignment, solve those questions, and then it becomes easy, right? Thank you so much.